I think I figured out the audio problem, which was that XSplit defaults changed or something changed, and it was pulling audio off of the dashboard that I had open, which I have always had open for every single stream I've ever done. I've always had the dashboard open, and XSplit has never taken that sound, but it was.
Oh.
So hooray. So I had to close that, so I can no longer see.
Was there an advertisement over me rambling?
Not an advertisement, but yourself.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, everybody. We're back, apparently, and with legible sound. I've been just bashing myself in the chat. So do you want to just quick recap what you've been talking
Absolutely.
about?
Okay.
Sorry.
Man, this is my big reveal of the system.
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
so
I
crafting.
take all the blame.
Crafting, you can take weapons and armor and enchant them. Anything that you've picked up, or pretty much anything that you've picked up, will have some sort of effect. Oh, nectar. I'm going to put some nectar on this glove. And it is going to boost my HP. So let's add a little bit of nectar. I got some shadow hearts. I have a lot of stuff. Holy cow. And I can't add that to anything. Anyways, so let's upgrade that as well. And give some extra initiative. So anyways, you can see where, based on how you want a individual to kind of work, you can play around with their the enchantment system, get the effect that you want, and now I'm gonna go throw those gloves on this guy.
So I have a question. Are the enchanted, like the icon for the enchanted leather gloves? Is that something that has been? Is that like a custom icon for that, or is that like a layer put on top of the existing?
No, right now they're all just. It's all just baked in. There's an enchanted art version of all the items out there.
Oh, okay.
So at the very least, you can look at something and go, oh, that's that has an enchantment on already, versus something that you may want to throw a bunch of enchantments on. You can also get, it's not in the build right now, but you can also get enchantments from the spell books that you start off with. So Wrath spell books will actually give you a certain number of just base enchantments that you can use as long as you have the mana. So you can see mana cost right here. Most of these items don't have a mana cost to add, whereas the enchantments from the books, they'll have a straight mana cost, and you can kind of stack them and make them as awesome as you want. So.
Now that we have working audio,
Okay.
we have an actual question from Peregrine. Says, does all equipment have 3 slots, or do they vary?
Right now, the number of enchantment slots is player-based.
Oh, okay.
So everybody starts off with 2 enchantment slots. One of the first things the Tinkerer gets is an upgrade to that. So under Skilled Craftsman, +1 enchantment slots, and then down here you get Legendary Craftsman, where you get another enchantment slot. So Tinkerer is the only sovereign that you can actually really go nuts with enchanting your guys. So I'm gonna go into battle and see if I can take this spot over. It is crawling with enemies, but we'll get to see Drogon in all his glory. He's dangerously OP right now, but that's totally fine.
He is so OP right now.
Okay.
Wait, did he just like whack his own dudes at the start of the battle with merciless strength?
No. He gets that. That's a ability that he gets where, based on the number of, what is merciless strength? I think that it's. Let me click and see. Merciless strength, +1 attack bonus for every enemy on the battlefield.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. He's gonna be. He's gonna be kicking some ass.
Nice.
So,
did you get a
soldier?
Did you get a cooldown on the summon wolf yet for the bandit leader?
Yes, I think
Yay!
actually I think that there is now a charge time. One of the things that got added with rounds is the ability for us to say you cannot cast this for X number of turns.
Right.
So they won't even. Not only will they not be able to spam it, but they won't even be able to use it for a couple of rounds. So if you can take them out early, and you won't have to deal with that.
Had
right,
a comment in the
soldier.
chat from Overmind86. Can you make more visual effects on the map? That's actually one of the things that we are working on right now, putting in more grass and more
grass,
tree details.
Yeah,
and stuff
there's there will be actual gameplay elements going in, new forests, Every single environment is going to have a forest-esque area that will slow down your guys and give a lot of nice visual variety. We're also putting in a lot of just ground, we call it just ground cover, world props, grass and dirt and stuff to break up, the flatness of the terrain. I personally love nice and clean, but you can have nice and clean with a dappling of stuff, and it looks really, really nice without losing that clarity.
So did your dudes all take damage at the start of the battle? I thought it was tied to the merciless strength thing.
What happened was the friggin' a-hole over here, the warlock, he zapped us all with chain lightning.
Oh,
so you saw merciless strength, and then you saw the zap, and they were unrelated. So Drogon can command anybody, which basically gets them to move right away. He can also command himself to get himself, kind of like Rush. That may be
that seems
part of
silly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use it.
Although, hey,
by God, I'm gonna use it. So Dwarven Fury is kind of like Sweep. I think it does a little bit more damage, but it will hit friendlies in the area. So I'm gonna use that since my friendlies are out of the way. Take them out quickly.
I had some good questions in the chat that I want to get to as you're kind of wrecking dudes. Did you
Okay.
just clear out all those dudes with?
I told you he's OP.
He's super OP,
and I love it.
He does look super awesome though. Jeez, he just did. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's got merciless strength plus a bunch of. Okay, so he's got glacial touch as well, where if anybody attacks them, their initiative goes down by 1.
Oh.
So if you can tank them up and then.
Right. Okay. I do want to get.
Sorry.
To some
Yes,
questions.
absolutely. Sorry, guys.
Gilmoy asks, are there special compounding enchantments, like synergistic effects for a set of enchantments or something like that?
Not right now.
It's a cool idea,
like
though.
that. I really like that idea. Like if you throw down, three the same one, maybe
Right,
it
or
compounds it, or
3 like different fire-related things. It would be a cool thing to reward the Tinkerer with, and it would be a neat way to give a little bit of extra juice to finding new recipes.
yeah.
Which would be cool.
Maybe what we could do is something where the Tinker has a series of enchantments that boost things by a %. So if there's already a fire thing on there, you can boost it percentage-wise. But if there's no fire damage or cold damage, we'll look into it. We'll see what we can do, because I really like that idea.
That is a cool idea. All right, let's see. Tinf asked, how far in production is this game right now? We are about 2 months out from release. We're planning on a March release right now.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, definitely. But we're at the point now where it's like everything's with enchantment going in, everything's kind of done feature-wise. There's not like any big stuff going
Gameplay-wise,
in.
gameplay-wise, we're done.
And so now it's just really balance and polish and making sure the pacing is really good.
And
all
you're
that kind of good stuff.
And one of the frustrating things is you don't see it, but there are tons of things in the pipeline right now. There are new startup screens. The binks aren't in yet for the minor races. We got that teased with the dwarf guy last week, but those look great.
If people didn't see it.
There's tons and tons of stuff going in that will really just bring it all together. So
let's see.
I took him out, so I get to. Okay.
I had to ban my first guy in the chat just now. That was absurd. Let's see. Will there be visual differences between a health bottle of 5 points or 10 points or etc.? Minor, major healing potions, that kind of thing.
I would like that.
That would be nice if they had different icons.
Just in general, reusing art assets is just a big no-no.
Right.
So you're gonna see that as another polish point will be Bandit Lord is gonna look significantly different than a Bandit, Bandit Loner. Like right now, there's a couple different wolves out there that all kind of look the same. I think there's size differences, but it's not enough. We need to really push the point home. This is a new guy. Be very afraid of them.
Totally. I had a shout out from Elk Hazel in the chat to the King's Bounty series, so that he had just finished that and Sorcerer King was looking interesting. I am a huge fan of the King's Bounty series. The remade stuff by the Russians or the Belarusians or whoever is makes it. Those are great games, and you should definitely check out Sorcerer King because it will, to some extent, scratch on that same itch. So that's very cool. We have more questions. We have so many questions, actually, which is great. Let's see. Could add poker-like hands to enchantments. That sounds awesome. That's way out of scope. DLC expansions? We'll see. Any plans for some type of easy check for empty, partially, or fully enchanted items. Something like empty circle icon or half-filled icon or something like that, so you can see. I think
we had talked about that. Yeah. Where on the
in the
on
UI,
the icon
you
itself,
can easily see. Okay, I have a free enchantment slot on this.
Yeah, this is very much a this is enchantment version 1.
Right.
So there's a lot as we all play. Once it gets into players' hands, there's going to be a lot of great feedback that we'll be getting, and we've allotted some time to implementing that feedback. So. I would love that. I would love to be able to look at those icons and go, okay, I can beef this up a little bit more.
What are our plans? What is the schedule for getting the duck on the Bandit Lord's shoulder so you can easily tell him apart from the
That's being worked on right now.
Excellent.
It's like priority 1.
Got the whole team on it.
That's everybody's on it. Pull guys off of Gale Civ 3.
That's right. Let's see. Do all sovereigns get the same enchantments? No, that's based on books, right?
Yeah, the enchantment, the item enchantments. We need a better name for them. We use enchantments all over the place.
Oh, yeah, we kind of do, especially with this becoming so much more of a feature.
But yeah, the enchantments are totally book-driven, so they'll kind of synergize with the type of game that you're playing there. And then, like the Tinker is going to actually have abilities down his tree that unlock different enchantments for him, and there'll probably be other guys that get enchantments specific to their play style.
Let's see. This got answered in the chat anyway, but it's worth talking about. Can the ugly dark tiles? Well, I hope they're not too ugly, but they are gray, and they are the Shadowlands. They are not meant to be inviting or happy. Can they be changed to something better, like grass or trees or anything? And yeah, there are spells.
Yes.
In the game, the Guardian in particular has a lot of.
The Nature Guardian. That's kind of her thing. Her thing is summons and shaping the land and remaking the world to your strategic vision. So,
right. Hey, we got the city buildings in.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yay.
yeah. So this is kind of a, kind of the thing to come in the next couple of days internally, and then in beta 4 will just be more stuff on the world. These we understand that
especially with a lot of flat. With a lot of Shadowlands, it's really flat.
Man, I think there's actually a new Shadowlands. There is actually a new Shadowlands texture going in,
nice.
I believe.
Nice.
So, and then there's some other things over here. We got the chasms going.
Yeah,
so you get
those
some,
are new. Are you set on the white cloud fog of war, or are you going to change it to something darker? People are a little split on it. Some people seem like they like it. And
internally, we're kind of split too, and the danger with changes 2 months before you go gold is always, it's always a question of do we actually like this more, or is it just we like it more because it's different?
Right.
Because we've been we've been working on this game for a year and a half, so I tend to like it, but
the only thing I don't like about it is that you get this weird the pop between the regular and the cloth map for one thing, and then 2, like the revealed fog versus full vision versus like revealed fog versus full fog is this weird like light dark light transition.
Yeah,
kind of, which is a little bit weird to me, but I mean I like it that it's dark isn't great just in general, like more light, more it tends to make the world a nicer place to be, but certainly it's something that it'll be in beta 4 in any case, and play with it for a little while and let us know what you think. If everybody hates it, maybe we'll go back to the dark. We will see how it goes. I mean, the dark fog of war is already done, so
yeah, it's a 5-minute fix.
Let's see.
Command post. Okay, I need more logistics.
I always need more logistics.
Logistics.
Let's see. What can we expect for beta 4 in regards to new features? It's Tinkerer, Sovereign.
Yeah, all the Sovereigns all the champions are actually placed on the map now with their quests.
Yeah.
So actually, that's something I need to do. There's the Warlord is out here next to this buggy tile. So one of the things I want to do is get somebody out there to get him, and I think there's a Slayer statue around here somewhere.
Somebody asked, wasn't there supposed to be some kind of announcement this week from Stardock? And yes, there was. We announced today, actually, not necessarily announced, but revealed Off-World Trading Company by Mohawk Games, which is Soren Johnson, who is a designer on Civilization 4. It's his new game that Mohawk is making and Stardock is publishing, and we are all very excited about it.
It's so much fun.
It's
such a fun game.
It's like already, and it goes into early access in 2 weeks on February 12th. You can pre-order it now, but you can check it out. There's a cool video that they made at offworldgame.com. Check it out. It's awesome. Oh, the screen is so ugly. Get out of it.
I clicked as fast as I could.
But anyway, that's our off-topic announcement for the moment. Anyway, let's see. Where are we at? People like the should have rivers emptying into chasms. That would be sweet.
Let's see. Again, Shard Shrine.
In Legendary Heroes, you could make buildings around the town, like you had your buildings show up on the map. That's changed in Sorcerer King. It's not.
Yeah, we're dialing that back to just.
You get new territory when your city levels.
Yeah, so you can kind of see down here on the city details screen the tiles that I own, and those will all be represented by the city sprawl. But in general, we're trying to move away from placing the buildings on the map, just because it was a lot of clutter, a lot of work, and it didn't add as much as we were hoping. It actually made a lot of systems overly complex internally. Like, what do you do when you have this long sprawling city and a guy teleports in and teleports out the other end? And
right.
I don't know. Just
I swear I never abused that in Legendary Heroes at all, so don't worry about it. Let's see. Beta 4 features. So, all right.
Oh, yes.
So Tinkerer Sovereign, so all the Sovereigns.
all the sovereigns.
The Dwarf Lord Hero, so
Yep.
all the heroes.
Mhm.
And they're on the map now.
Yep.
And we're also adding in... you get some of those heroes through your Sovereign tree now. I don't think they're all done. Or is that coming back?
That's gonna be the first update. But
okay.
all the sovereign trees will be getting a pass for the first update.
Gotcha.
And we'll try to get some of those done, but I really want to do a stamp pass.
Right.
Before I do
all right.
that. So new territory types.
Right.
Hopefully more. The world should look a little bit prettier, a little bit more.
We have it's old hat to us now, so we don't talk about it as much. But the lighting change on the main map makes a big difference just visually. That you'll really notice when you get in there and play. We're really excited to get that out there for Beta 4 as well. Beta 4 as well.
Oh my god. I was busy talking and my city got attacked.
Gosh, you got problems.
This may be a save scrub. Like seriously.
Well, do you have any decent sovereign spells? Oh god.
No, that's
the weakness. You need some flame wave up in here is what you need.
The weakness of the tinker is that I need to make those clairvoyance amulets, and I just don't have them.
Will all the heroes have portraits, or are they still blank? They definitely will for release. I don't know. Is that going in for this beta, or there's still some placeholder and or blank?
Probably just placeholder. I know that we're going to be touching up the upgrade tree, or the level up
the hero
screen.
Skill tree.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
I think we're going to be removing the big fat painting of the guy, just because it doesn't add enough to... I'd rather put that art time into like quest art or something else.
Sure. Gilmoy just spammed us with a bunch of questions. Primarily, any Dungeon Master improvements. That's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
You should notice hopefully some differences in Beta 4. I don't know how different it is from Beta 3. To be honest, I haven't played the public build of Beta 3 in a long time, so I don't even know offhand what's different.
One of the bigger changes is that our writer has gone through and done a complete overhaul of most of the quests, including the Dungeon Master text.
Sure.
There's that, and then like you said, there's just always tweaks and stuff going on. Nothing major.
But that's like Scott said, that's one of the big things that we're doing over the next 2 months is making sure that we do all that polished stuff with that.
Yeah, now that the game is done.
God, and Beta 4 also like 400 new quests.
Oh
that's maybe a thing that people notice.
That's big.
Literally 400 new quests.
I went to my first brothel today.
Oh, how did that go?
I stayed the night, and I got 10 lore.
Okay, let's keep talking about Sorcerer King though instead.
Abandoned game.
Minor faction screens, yes, those will be in.
Yep.
all kinds of stuff.
Autosave. Okay, I saved scrubbed.
Oh, we apparently lost some frames. Gosh darn it. People are complaining about some lag. So we have.
Man, look at these a-holes.
God, we just announced all this stuff. Oh man, you got shard problems. Oof.
Yeah.
So all right.
All right, I got to.
Yeah, you
I'll
play.
try.
You play. It's okay. We should actually have some visual things going on. All right,
Okay.
minor faction screens, which are the big fancy new animated full screen, sweet looking minor faction screens. 400 new quests. Tinkerer Sovereign. Enchantments. Final last hero. Heroes are on the map now with quests.
Visual improvements.
Lots of visual improvements on the main
Yeah.
map, both to the textures and to the lighting, all that stuff. Good
Tons
stuff.
of stuff.
So anyway,
much.
Sorry for the lag, guys. I blame the technology. Is just not my friend today.
Summoning. The summoning spell book has been.
Oh yeah,
finished.
summoning's
Actually
been
implemented.
hugely improved. So that's awesome. Multi-monitor support, I don't think is anything that we have planned for Sorcerer King. That just came up in the chat. Like stretching actual Sorcerer King across multiple monitors. No, I don't think that's anything.
What
got,
happens?
Unfortunately,
I've never tried that. I should
have
try
never
that.
tried
Just see what happens.
I
when
mean,
you
you'd
set
have
it
to
at a
like hack it
funky-
and debug or something,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, it would be sweet. It would be totally sweet. But it's not something I don't think we have planned for Sorcerer King, unfortunately. So
A little time. Let's march. Let's get over
are you
here.
gonna? Yeah.
Love the roads. Yes, roads.
I wish we
Can I
had.
take these guys out?
Oh.
I'm gonna try.
Or you could just park in the city for a turn. Aren't you
that's
wounded?
true. Yeah. Let's.
If you're wounded, go park in the city for a turn.
Sure.
Fight him next
Sure.
turn.
Sure. Okay.
You'll be better off.
All right.
Still on track for next week. Devil Dog is really focused on Beta 4 coming out, which I mean, fair enough. Dude, relax.
I think we're good.
Yeah, no, we're on track for sure. If we were going to delay it at this point, we would delay it.
All right. Okay.
Oh, see, they
yeah,
attacked
see,
you, so
they,
now
they.
you're fine. You dirty save scummer, you. Hobson says, there's a bunch of chat about the multi-monitor thing, and EVE Online does it, and that's kind of the big, one of the big major games that does it. There are very few.
Uh-huh.
The reason why is because it's hard, and there's a lot of UI work that you have to do, and
Yeah.
it's tough when we don't know how many of our fans would use it,
Yeah.
right? And so it's hard to justify all that engineering and art and design time when it's kind of a big unknown. It's like it would be awesome if we could do it. Like it's something. I mean, a lot of us have multiple monitors, right? Like it would be great, but it's hard when it's like, are we going to do that? Or are we going to do a pass on sovereign skill trees?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of decisions you have to kind of ultimately make. So, it's game development. It's triage. You always have to. God, he's overpowered.
No, I'm just really good.
I'm gonna call that attack the wheel of skill. I think that's.
It's called the you win button.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to do a lot of complaining about good old skill coil in the old days of World of Warcraft PvP. Because man, death coil took so much skill to hit. Anyway, it's a higher priority to do the ducks. That is absolutely correct. Is the map editor going to be in? Not in beta 4, I don't think, but probably for release.
I
don't know.
I don't know either. At one point it was just gonna be the game, and then I think that they're in right now. Like there's a cheat,
Right.
that you
well,
can
I mean, we
put in
use
there.
it
Yeah.
to make maps, but it's not very.
The
hard,
danger
so-
with like announcing that stuff without putting the necessary time into making it end product worthy is that then you get tons of bugs and tons of
right.
I think that we'd rather just take the editors, and anybody who asks for them, we'll get them.
Sure.
But actually putting out there and putting it on the box like, hey, it's got all these editors and stuff. It's just a slippery slope.
And that ties into the question modding support. Now, it's tough. Like, there's not like a big official mod API or anything, but a lot of the stuff is just in XML, which players of other Stardock games will recognize as the way we do a lot of a lot of our game data, and it's very easy to go in and edit that and make new abilities and new champions and new everything, and change around. Balance numbers are all in there. So I mean, the game is moddable. Yes, is it like going to be super new modder friendly? Yeah, maybe not.
But I mean, just to give you an idea, we have a mod team. We have a team of guys that are externally hooking up a lot of stuff. They're doing amazing stuff.
Right.
And it's because of them that what is going on with it?
That is the slowest attack I've ever seen. I would personally fire any soldier who managed to fail to dodge that.
So the mods team is doing a great job. They're helping us get all these. The reason we have a zillion new quests going in is because of them. So thank you guys very much, and it kind of gives you an idea of what is possible. When it comes to adding content and modding the game that way.
Had a good question here from Tyakraman. Will there be anything to do for administrator heroes left in the cities? Are they gaining XP? Are those even in? Administrator is not really a type of hero we have in Sorcerer King. They used to be, in Legendary Heroes and Fallen Enchantress, you could have administrator heroes that are really intended to be kind of governors, right? That you kind of park in your cities and they do stuff. That's not really something that we have in Sorcerer King.
Yeah.
Heroes, I mean, part of the thing is that, like,
it's boring.
Unfortunately,
it was
boring.
It was exciting. Design-wise, you think it's this great idea, right? This choice.
Right.
Do I park my guy in the city or do I go out and have him fight? Right. And like parking him in the city is just so dull when you actually implement it. So we have kind of switched over to making quests dole out those
administrator units
and like little crappy administrator units. There's nothing that you're gonna do besides park him in a city,
right? And they give you like food bonuses or logistics bonuses and stuff like that. Like they're great, but I mean, your heroes should be out on the map kicking ass. That's what your heroes should
and
be
actually doing. I think I brought this up last time, but there's something on this tree. So the Tinker, his big thing is crafting, and he gets the Civic Heroes group of recipes. Okay. So like seed satchel, if you make a seed satchel, put that on a administrator guy. He's going to increase food in that city by 1. You can increase production and city Zoc by a series of items that you can give to those guys. So, if you want to play that game and kind of have these, they end up coming across as movable buildings. You equip these guys. It's like, I really need to change my front line. It's nice to be able to switch the city that those bonuses go to.
Are beards mandatory at Stardock? They are not. They are awesome, though.
It's cold.
Also, it's freaking cold.
Yeah.
So we have many employees who do not have beards, many of them female. Mm-hmm. They're not as popular with the ladies here. Let's see. In combat, does the AI determine that it's more useful to just kill off as many units as possible for long-term gain, or is there a threat aggro system for champions? The AI is actually fairly complex in terms of how it prioritizes targets. There's not really a clean answer to that.
Yeah, it prioritizes based on abilities, based on threat,
and defense and positioning.
Though I've seen it, but there are some things that it definitely ignores. I noticed that bandits will try to take out wolves, even though they'll miss every single time. So there's a little bit of love to be given there with, I guess it's dodge. Just it needs to be a little bit more wise about dodge. But there's a lot of it actually thinks a couple. Brad over Christmas, I think, hooked it up so that they'll look a couple of turns ahead and make sure that it's worth doing certain things.
Sure.
Because this guy's gonna kill that guy's got it covered. I'm gonna go focus on somebody else.
Oh, so they don't
type
like
situation.
All go over.
Yeah, it's not like everybody focus on one guy
Sure.
than the other.
Do pikemen still swing their pikes like chopping weapons? Pikes are stabbing weapons, says Gilmoy. I actually really like our pike attack animation.
Well, I think the kill attack bothers everybody just because it's not a poke, it's a swing.
Right.
It's supposed to be like he's chopping off the guy's head, but we don't have a head animation, so it just ends up looking like he's a baseball player wannabe. Yes, those are still in. The animators have heard your cries, though. They have prioritized a new kill animation. So,
let's see. Administrators should give bonus food equal to their level. It's so hard to level them up. I deserve a reward for it. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't even know if the code supports it, but sure. I mean, if you want to go,
I kind of like that. Yeah. So if you really want to spend your time like sticking him in a battle.
Oof.
Oh man, can you imagine like getting him up? You get him up to like a level 8, you're feeling good, and then he gets like sniped by a Trog archer.
That sounds so boring. Oh man, let's see. No female dwarfs work at Stardock. That is true. Let's see. Will the quest reports work? At the moment, all the quest reports are empty. Yeah, that screen needs love.
Lots of love.
Yeah, we know that screen is totally not done. It's being worked on. I don't think it's in beta 4, but it will be done at some point prior to release, anyway. But yeah, totally not done. We hear you. I like this Tyachroman guy. He's echoing a lot of my hobby horses with Sorcerer King. Would these notifications in the icons in the upper left be more visible if they were next to the Schaefer button? Golly, they sure would be, wouldn't they? I
forgot about them.
I feel like did I actually let a stream go by without complaining about them?
No.
Okay.
But I'm glad that he brought it up, so that way it reminded you that.
That's right. Well, I think last week I forgot to complain about them, so well done there. Man, I really like that chasm. That's nice looking.
I'm going to, yes, a little bit of visual depth is nice. So one of the abilities that I think I unlocked for the dwarf, Winter Wind, the dwarf's army gets sent to any tile that any Arctic tile that I choose.
Oh,
Luckily, there's
nice.
an Arctic tile right here next to a hero that I could use.
I was wondering why you hadn't just cheated your way up there, but that totally works. Hey, nice.
So
That's
let's.
a nice effect. You
So I'm
should
there.
Yeah, let's go see what's up with Nafaz.
Okay. Sorry.
Oof. Oh,
This
jeez.
stuff is so. Come on, work in progress stream, live build.
That is a work in progress screen.
That's because we love you. We pixel because we love you. Oh, okay. Nafaz the Warlord. You got to remember that he is evil, so our only choice is to tell him that we hate him, and we're gonna invite him. You can fight him, and if you lose, he will actually wander around the world, kind of doing his own thing, which is kind of cool. Or leave him alone.
What do you get for fighting him, though?
If you defeat him, you get some sweet Nafaz loot.
Okay.
Basically,
All
it's kind of a neat. He's the only like evil hero, so this gives us a nice opportunity to do something cool with him. But I need him.
Man, he owns. I love Nafaz.
So now he is.
Wrecks dudes.
Yeah, let's just go wreck everybody.
Oh, is that a new Yeti dude down there?
Yes, he's gone now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sweet
tons and tons of work is going to be put into the textures and stuff. Just
We should before we end the stream, we should show off the unit map, the unit test map. Or
I
did we do that?
I don't have that uploaded.
Ah,
I will. I swear.
Did we show
will.
that last week, or did you just show that to me like after the stream?
I just showed it to you after the stream.
Oh man, we should do it. Well, maybe we'll show that next week.
Yeah.
It's sweet looking.
Yeah. So right now there's things are just way too subtle. This the purple pants on the Bandit Lord does not have the impact that we need to visually.
Those are some sweet purple pants, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
those black tiles that you see, by the way, up there, that's just because this map is bugged.
yeah, there's just a little bugginess going on.
It's a live build. Hashtag game development.
All
All right, so Nafaz is awesome and wrecks all of the shop. Although, did you even equip him with anything, or are you just running him up there
Oh man,
naked?
look, and he came with his guys. I think that's a bug.
Oh,
but
that's
I
totally
am,
a bug.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna enjoy it. Enjoy the bugs while you can.
So, yeah, normally you wouldn't. I love backswing. I wish more dudes had backswing. You know what we need? That would be sweet. Would be an accessory that gives backswing. It'd have to be pretty expensive,
that would
though,
be
'cause
that'd be
backswing
nice.
owns.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean,
so,
I would be on board. I'm just saying.
let's see if I can get.
Black Smoked Max asks about hero XP splitting, which I know we've talked about before. Because in previous games, you know, if you have multiple heroes in a stack, they split the XP. I'm not sure where we've landed on that.
I was thinking I would love.
Houston, he's like, oh, you just lost.
I just lost the guy. Sorry, guys.
You just lost Captain Backswing.
Okay,
Now what?
so I was thinking that would be cool, like amulet or item, where if you wanted to, whenever you don't want XP, you go, okay, my dwarf guy's leveled up enough. I'm ready to kind of shift that. He puts on an amulet that transfers that out, and basically the XP gets distributed amongst the guys in the army, or it makes all the other heroes or something.
But do we have the native XP splitting in Sorcerer?
I think that I swear we do. I just don't know how it's implemented. Because at one time, like, this engine has been alive for like 6 or 7 years. And at one point in the elemental system, we had the sovereign unit would always get some amount of the XP from all battles, since the sovereign unit was on the map.
Oh,
but anyways,
gosh.
that's not SK. But somewhere in the code, that stuff exists.
So anyway, to ultimately answer your question, I don't have an answer for that question. It's a good question though, and we should answer it. But
Poison dart.
that will be, poison at the full health guy instead of the like 1 health guy that you can kill. That's a solid move. I like it. It's been I've barely trolled you at all today, Scott.
That's because your computer's been trolling you.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm so sorry.
Oh boy. Yeah, I personally, it's hard because if you don't have the XP splitting, it makes it the super obvious and optimal choice to jam all your heroes in a stack and have one stack go hoover up all the XP on the map. On the other hand, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I ultimately fall on it. It's really a balance question.
Yeah. That's why I like kind of shifting this stuff into items, just because then it becomes a choice. If I want to, then the opportunity is there. But yeah, I don't know.
So
I can't use backswing, or I can't use Dwarven Fury.
He's just hitting for way too much damage.
No, it's because I played the game just right.
Oh man. Oh, that's the other thing coming in Beta 4 is the rounds that we.
Oh yeah.
So rounds in combat are a thing. You see it over in the initiative display in the left side during combat, and that's if you haven't seen it on previous streams. The idea is that there are spells and abilities and stuff that take a certain number of rounds to basically charge. So like some powerful summon ability that you can't use until the 3rd round of combat. Kind of stuff like that. And there's some of that stuff that I think that'll be going in Beta 4.
Yep.
But then we have like one of the things that we're also working on right now is adding a lot of items and spells and abilities and stuff like that to make sure that that we take advantage of that, because that actually opens up a lot of design space.
Yep.
And we have stuff that Scott actually coded a little while ago that lets us have spells trigger at the beginning of combat and effects trigger at the beginning of combat. So you can do cool stuff like have an item that at the beginning of combat it summons some crappy, whatever.
That didn't sound awesome. It's got to summon the best thing.
Is this item? Really boring stuff. It's awesome. You would never want to craft because they're really weak.
But yeah, just all those types of little design opportunities that present themselves at the end of the project. It's always frustrating because it's like, oh man, if we would have known that we had X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But
what should on the plus side, adding that stuff and adding those items and abilities is not terribly difficult. It's really just a matter of adding the icons are the hard part.
Yeah, you just have to be later in the project. You just have to be a little bit careful about balance. But right now, everything's so unbalanced that
right. I mean, balance is just everywhere now. So please, if you're playing, don't get too upset if certain things feel like they suck because they do too little damage or whatever. I mean, bring them up to us on the forums. Like the forums are a great place to report. Like, hey, this hero feels really weak, or this dwarf lord is crazy OP. Even if we know that, it's good to see players noting that as well, I guess. So definitely, we love that feedback.
What should I do? I don't ever play as Nafaz.
You should go down the middle tree is actually super awesome. Yeah, okay. I think it's the middle one.
All right.
So actually, we are just about at our limit here.
Man.
Do you have anything else you want to show up? Show off?
No, I was all excited because now that I have the they're about to attack me. So predicted result. This is another big thing. We should just have a cheat sheet of just everything that's gone in. The predicted result, victory. Before auto resolve was kind of a crapshoot. you'd kind of know, but now there's a very obvious overwhelming victory, uncertain, and crushing defeat. So you know exactly what you're getting
We
into.
should add tooltips for those. That would help.
Yes.
Like defining what those mean.
Oh, I thought that we did. If you auto-resolve the battle, this is the likely result. Yeah, that.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it
like
should
particular
actually,
ones per.
You will take. Everybody will survive, but you'll take damage.
Right,
Uncertain, don't know, and then crushing defeat. Everybody dies.
Right.
So I can auto-resolve this. Purple pants guy is gonna die with his friends, and I'm good to go. Got the loot. I'm gonna take that loot. I'm gonna craft something up, and I'm gonna take Nafaz's staff, and he wants XP because this is
Midnight Stones give XP bonuses now.
bam. So that's where that's another place where a lot of balance will have to be done. That Midnight Stone, and if we actually have items to craft that require Midnight Stone, those items have to be pretty badass to justify me spending that Midnight Stone. Because plus XP on the other end, on the enchanting end, is huge.
Right. Absolutely.
And then since it stacks, it gets even huger. So,
shortcut key list for all your games is needed somewhere on the web. Don't we have?
Sure, there's a wiki that.
I don't think there is.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. Well, fair enough. No, we should totally document that. That's a fair point. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. That's going to be Sorcerer King for the week. Sorry for the weird audio issues at the beginning of the stream here today, but that got sorted. Thank goodness. I apologize for that. That is totally my fault. Well, my fault and XSplit's fault. But yeah, we are chugging along. We'll have the beta 4 for you next week. If you didn't see the news today, check out Offworld Trading Company. Just revealed first screenshots, video, all that good stuff. That's at offworldgame.com, and you can check that out. We'll be back on Friday with Galactic Civilizations 3. Lots of cool stuff going on there as well. So they just had a beta drop actually last week, and I just saw today that we're putting out a patch for that beta as well, just with some fixes and stuff. So if you're a Galciv 3 player, you can look forward to that. But tomorrow is Mohawk is going to be streaming Offworld tomorrow.
Oh,
actually,
awesome.
so you can check it out.
That's Soren?
Yes, Soren and some of the other guys are going to be playing it live, so you can check it out that way.
Awesome.
And that's actually going to be on the Mohawk channel, so that'll be at twitch.tv/Mohawk Games, and you can check it out there, and it's going to be great. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week.